Now let's see how we actually work with sales tax in QuickBooks. Because if you do own a company that requires you to charge sales tax, you need to know how to do it. Also, obviously, if we sell bicycles and bicycle parts, those are taxable items. So first we're going to go to lists and we're going to go to the item list. And as you can see, by default, these tax items were created. So we can just edit those. They're at 0% right now because we did not change them yet. We can edit those to reflect our state's sales tax. So I'm going to click on the state sales tax item and click edit item. And we're going to call this Texas sales tax. And we're going to put in the correct rate for Texas, which is 6.25%. And now we have to choose a vendor or tax agency that we collect for. So obviously we're going to have to add a new tax agency or new vendor, and that's going to be the state of Texas, the comptroller. So we'll fill in their information here. Okay, and so once you have entered in all the information about your new vendor, or actually the state of Texas, then you can click OK. Keep in mind, most of the time nowadays, people are going to file online for their sales taxes. So we are done creating that sales tax item. That's for the state sales tax at 6.25%. We click OK. We also have a local sales tax. And like I said before, you can charge a county or a city can charge a local sales tax up to 2%. So here in Brownwood, we do have a 2% local sales tax. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that local item, and where we will name it. We put the rate of 2%, and then just like we did before, we're going to need to create the tax agency in our vendor list. Okay, and once you are through entering in the information for the local vendor, we will click OK. And then we will click OK on our local sales tax item. So now you see we have two sales taxes that should be applied to all of our product sales in our business. Now, if you've ever looked at a receipt, you do not have two separate sales taxes showing. That is because the business groups together both the state sales tax and the local sales tax. So we're going to create a group sales tax item so that the customer only sees one sales tax line on their invoices and receipts. So to do that, I'm going to click Item, New. And this is going to be a sales tax group. So we will name it. And then down here, we have to choose the item. So you have to have the individual items created for the state and local before you can actually create the group. So we're going to choose the state tax, and all the info is entered in there. And then we're going to choose the city tax. And so you see our group rate there is 8.25%. We click OK there. Okay, so what is that going to look like on our invoices? Well, let's go ahead and create an invoice for a customer, and we are going to choose Haley Miller. Make sure you put the correct date, and then we will fill in what she is purchasing. Okay, once you have filled in what your customer is purchasing, notice that over here these are listed as taxable items. Now down here, the customer tax code shows that this customer is a taxable customer, because there are certain customers that may not be taxable. So where's the sales tax? Well, we need to choose here. We need to choose the sales tax group that we created, and then you can see you get your 8.25%, and there is the separate figure for sales tax, $3.67, making her owe us a total of $48.22. So we can save and close that. And it asks us, do we want to change this to appear next time? And we will click yes. Okay, so now let's create another invoice, and we will create it for a different customer this time. And notice it automatically defaults to out of state, and we have to select sales tax group every time. Well, we don't want to have to do that, so we need to fix that. Okay, so as you can see up here, we have a manage sales tax item. So we're going to click manage sales tax and sales tax preferences. It says, do you charge a sales tax? This is your company preferences. Yes. Now, as you can see, and we could have added our sales tax items from here. Right now, the default goes to out of state. So we want to choose our sales tax group there. So that will be applied to all of our future invoices. So we'll click OK there. And we close that. So now I'm going to go to create a new invoice. And I'm going to choose a customer. And now automatically the customer is being charged the 8.25% sales tax. The last thing that you need to learn is how to pay your sales taxes, because you do need to pay your sales taxes when they come due. So we will click the Pay Sales Taxes button, and then we will we need to change the date up here to show sales taxes through, we'll say April 30th. And then as you can see, we have collected sales tax on some sales. Now normally it's not going to be this low of an amount, but we would need to select both because we are paying 2 sales taxes even though we only see 1 sales tax amount on the invoices. And then we hit OK. And what did that do? Let's hit close there. I'm going to go to my check register and open it up, and we should have a payment. There is our payment to the Texas State Comptroller of Accounts, and also a payment to the City of Brownwood for the sales tax. Notice it came out of the account sales tax payable. When you collect sales tax, it temporarily goes into sales tax payable until you pay it, and then it will come out of sales tax payable.